Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and double honor to my elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Brother Kassad, and in this video, I'll be going into news update from this article, which is from NewYorkPost.com, dated October 25th, 2023, which is today. And this article is entitled 24 American Soldiers Injured in Drone Attacks on U.S. Bases in Iraq and Syria. Okay, these present times, as all of you people watching this video should know, we're living in times of war. Okay. And where is the war being fought? It's over there in the Middle East. All right. There's no war going on over here in the United States. Everything's going on overseas. You got mainly in the Middle East. All right. And the scriptures talk about how the Lord is going to bring all these different nations down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. So this is all going back to biblical prophecy. You got the war over there between Israel and the Palestinians. And you got a group known as Hamas, which is being backed by the these different Islamic nations, as reports say. All right, and they're fighting against the Israelis. All right, which is the big nose small hats. Okay, which they are Edomites according to the Bible, although they deny it. But this is what's going on. And then you got the United States military, they backing up the big nose small hats, fighting against the Palestinians and all of those other nations over there. Syria, Iran, Iraq, all right, all these different nations, all these different countries rather. Okay, you got the war over there in Ukraine. So there's a lot going on, and that's the time that we in. All right. It says at least 24 American military personnel based in Iraq and Syria were injured in drone attacks last week that officials said were launched by Iran-backed proxy groups. The largest attack carried out against a U.S. base was on October 18th, when 20 troops suffered minor injuries after numerous one-way drones targeted Al-Tanf garrison in southeastern Syria, U.S. military officials said, according to the Washington Post. All injured personnel have since returned to duty, the officials speaking on the condition of anonymity told the newspaper. On the same day, multiple drones also targeted the U.S. and its allies in two different attacks on Ain al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq that left 4 people with minor injuries, the Washington Post reported. Those injured also returned to duty. A U.S. citizen working as a contractor died the same day that he went into cardiac arrest during a shelter-in-place order at the base. The Pentagon has said the groups behind the attack are supported by Iran and its Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Okay. So, as it says in the title, American soldiers injured, all right? Dozens of soldiers injured in this drone attack, which, as we just read, it said, let me read it again. It says the Pentagon has said that the groups behind the attacks are supported by Iran and its Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. So they're saying that the nation that did this, or the group that did this, is being supported by Iran. Okay? So to kind of paint the picture, you see what's going on. All right, that war between Israel and the U.S. versus Iran and their allies is brewing up. Okay? You can read about that in Ezekiel 38th chapter. Okay? And then, other parties going to get involved. You're going to have, like I said, mainly between Israel, the Middle Eastern countries. Israel is going to come up against, which they're doing it now, they're coming up against these Islamic different countries such as Iran, the Palestinians, the Syrians, and so forth and so on. Okay, and then, Israel needs help. Obviously, it's a welfare state. So, like the scriptures say in Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, the least of the flock shall draw them out. The United States Army is going to get drawn out, boots on the ground, to the Middle East. And we've been reading that scripture every week because that's the times that we in. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to that day. All right, when these scriptures come into full fruition, these prophecies rather. Okay, and there's been talks about a military draft coming here in America, but we'll see how that plays out. All right. Nonetheless, these are exciting times for those that are on their watch, because everything that was taught to us and everything that we teach is speaking and is coming to pass. So it's a great feeling, and it's motivating to keep pushing forward. Jeremiah, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. It says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Yeah. And that hammer is talking about America. Okay, America was the pretty much the focal point of Esau's rulership, because the earth was given into the hand of Esau, Edom, and Esau's main kingdom, if you will, or the top kingdom in this man's possession, or in terms of greatness, is America. All right, America is biblically known as Babylon the Great. All right, America has been a superpower and also a bully, if you will, to these smaller nations. It's been like a police to these other nations, going around these other nations and setting up military bases or garrisons, okay, where they don't belong, and taking their resources, occupying their land to take those resources, to steal those resources, and doing a lot of corruption behind the scenes. All right, false flag events, coup d'etats, all right, so forth and so on, or attempting to do coup d'etats. All right, but all that's coming to an end because these other nations are fighting back, because the Most High is giving them the tools, which is the armory, their weapons. The Most High is giving them the tools to defend themselves, which is nuclear capability. Okay, that's going to make Babylon the Great become a desolation among the nations. And that's all according to the Bible. All right, so I got one more scripture because I don't want to make this too long. This is Revelation 11, verse 14. It says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. All right, now some would say we're already in World War III. All right, because of everything that's going on over there. All right, but it's that knob is going to be, it's going to be turned up. The temperature on that knob is going to be turned up, and it's going to intensify. Okay, and it's going to get bad, and that's going to lead to a lot of bad things around the world, especially over here in America. All right, their pockets are already dried out. You got the president, Sleepy Joe, the imputed, simple-minded, wicked-minded president. He's spending all the money, which, really America doesn't have any money anyway, but he's spending all the money on military aid to these other nations for war, such as Ukraine and Israel and so forth and so on. Meanwhile, Americans are losing their jobs. We're dealing with inflation. Okay, the infrastructure is messed up. Crime is on the rise because we're at the end, man. The transition of power is never going to be easy, man. Okay, we're in the early stages of a transition to power. Okay, I guess I'll end with that scripture since I mentioned it. Spirit's bringing me to, I believe it's the 10th chapter. Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. And it says, I'm going to read it again, because of unrighteous dealings. And that's being done in this time. By the people, the powers that be. They deal unrighteously. All right. They get the tribe of Gad, which is so-called Native Americans of the nation of Israel. They had a saying that this white man, the so-called white man, speak with a forked tongue, right? Because he's a serpent, he's a devil. All right, stab you in the back. All right, can't trust him. All right, not only can you not trust him, but he has he's evil. Pure evil. He has an agenda that is inhumane and very if you think about it, it's foolish, and it's also stupid, because this man will not only destroy the earth but himself as well in the long run. But the Most High is gonna stop him way before he even gets to, as the scriptures say, the point of filling his belly. It says injuries and riches got by deceit. Yeah, Esau obtained the gold, silver, the cattle, the livestock, the land, the resources, all of these things deemed valuable, the so-called white man has in his possession. And he got it by deceit. All right? And he's maintained it through his deceit. Excuse me. I let this noise pass. But he's maintained his riches through his deceit, because their power was in their lies and their deception, keeping people asleep. That's why the scriptures say in Isaiah the 60, I believe it's either 60 or 62, gross darkness to people. Because people are just being lied to every day. When you turn on their idiot box, all right, the television, which tells lies to your vision, all right, they're being fed fake news. All right, so it's all deceit, man. So it says the kingdom is translated from one people to another, yeah. And the kingdom is translated from, like the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world. All right, the end of his kingdom, the end of his era, the end of his age. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. The world of Esau is well, that's the world that we're in now. All right, in layman's terms, this white man's world. Right, but that's gonna be translated to a so-called black man's world, so to speak, trading places. But guess what? The scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom. And that's how it's going to go down. This man is going to go down, as the scriptures say, with violence. All right, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. I'll end this by saying, stay strong, stay prayed up, stay vigilant, keep watch. And with that, I'm saying, shalom.